Everybody would like to bring this meeting to order.
Adequate notice of this meeting was provided and published in the Asbury Park Press and the Ocean Star on January 7, 2022. Copies of the agenda were provided to the newspaper posted on public bulletin boards in the Township website.
Thank you. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Here.
Councilwoman Zapsik. Councilwoman DeYoung.
Here.
Councilwoman Ponderero. Councilman Ambrosino.
Here.
Vice President Crate.
Here.
President Minikino.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. So apparently there's a Cub Scout Pack 47 here. Does anybody see where they are? Oh, just checking, just checking. So I heard you men and women want to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Is that true? Good. Come on up. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance and then a moment of silence, okay?
You guys can come on all
Come
the
on
way
all
up.
the way up.
Yeah.
There's the flag.
It's a big tree.
Whenever you're ready, you can start.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, can you accept and report the files?
Yes.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the November 22nd meeting?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Mr. Ducey.
I'm going to take a roll on that, if you don't mind.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes,
Yeah.
sorry.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Ambrosino.
Yes.
Vice President Crate.
Yes.
President Minikino.
Yes, sorry
Thank
about
you.
that.
That's okay.
Mayor, we also have an Eagle Scout, Boy Scout Troop 33, Richard Cividella. Come on up, please.
All right. Created in 1911, the Eagle Scout is the highest rank of the Scouts BSA, formerly known as the Boy Scouts of America. It takes years of hard work, service, and determination to become an Eagle Scout. This prestigious milestone is recognized across the country and across the entire world. Prominent service personnel, astronauts, United States senators, and many, many more count the rank of Eagle Scout among their achievements in their lives, and they talk about them when they get installed to those various positions. It takes perseverance and hard work, and our latest Eagle Scout is right here, Richard John Cividella, and he had a great idea, which was to help pets. And as we all know, we had an incident here in Brick Township over the last 2 weeks where probably a lot of those pets out there are enjoying the fruit of your labor. So if you would like to describe your project, and this Eagle Scout right here started out as a Tiger Scout many years ago when he was 6 years old. So we just wanted to let you know, keep on going in the right direction, and maybe each and every one of you with the hard work that Richard has put in. But you can tell us about your project.
Thank you. So my project, what I did was I made dog toys for the Ocean County Animal Facility, a nonprofit animal facility for pets who are in need. And so we got some rock climbing rope, we tied them into some nice toys, and I also painted a donation barrel. And we gathered donations from a ton of different places, online, in person, and we also sent that to them as well. And I'm sure I made a lot of pets very happy. Thank you.
And I would like to present you with the certificate of commendation awarded to Richard John Cifredella in honor and recognition of your achieving the rank of Eagle Scout and for your exemplary dedication to upholding the ideals that guide Scouts, including service, faith, and good citizenship. So, congratulations.
Mom, do you want to take a picture?
If you wanted to stay for the rest of the meeting, you're more than welcome. If not, you can.
No Christmas Carol makes the money. Say Halloween.
Did he just say, "Where's my chocolate"? Little kid. Mr. Mayor, where's my chocolate? Yeah, can have mine too. It's nice.
I think that's what he was, I think that's what he was implying. He was trying to. I was hoping.
Thank you. This brings us to our consent agenda.
All matters listed under item consent agenda will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. If discussion is desired on any item, this item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately.
Thank you. Resolution 4-1.
Authorize Chapter 159, Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over grant.
This resolution authorizes the insertion of a grant in the amount of $7,000 from the State of New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety for the Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over program. These funds offset the cost of enforcement activities and the weekends and holidays. Resolution 4-2.
Authorize Chapter 159, 2022 Community Development Block Grant.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the insertion of a grant in the amount of $310,817 from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, for the 2022 Community Development Block Grant, CDBG, program. This program is administered by the Township's land use staff and is earmarked for housing rehabilitation for income-eligible property owners.
Resolution 4-3.
Authorize bid, purchase, and delivery of rear-loading refuse collection vehicle.
Council Vice President Craig.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the township to receive bids for the purchase and delivery of one 14 cubic yard, that's not the right word, rear loading refuse collection vehicle. The vehicle was approved as part of the 2022 capital budget. Thank you.
Resolution 4-4, please.
Authorize bid, purchase, and delivery of aggregates and asphalt.
Councilman Albanese.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the township to receive bids for purchase and delivery of aggregates and asphalt. The contract is used mainly for purpose on roadway improvements, materials for paving, patching, and drainage, as well as purchase of ball field clay, topsoil, sand, stone, used maintenance on public grounds.
Thank you. Resolution 4-5.
Authorize purchase through the Educational Services Commission of New Jersey skid steer.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the purchase in the amount of $88,368.80 for the purchase and delivery of a Caterpillar skid steer as part of a cooperative purchasing agreement with the Educational Services Commission of New Jersey.
Thank you. 4-6, please.
Authorize closeout change order number 2, roadway improvements to Lawrence Drive and Old Silverton Road.
This resolution authorizes change order number 2 and contract closeout with Z Brothers Concrete Contractors, Inc. for the roadway improvements to Lawrence Drive and Old Silverton Road project. This change order reflects a contract decrease in the amount of $11,866.75 as a result of a final as-built quality. Resolution 47, please.
Authorize closeout change order number 2, Nageco Lagoon Dredging and Windward Beach Nourishment Project.
Mr. Mayor, please.
Thank you. This resolution concerns the first dredge project that we did under our town-wide dredging permit, which was good news that we were able to get that. So we are ready to do dredging in whatever neighborhood wishes to have their dredging done. This one resolution authorizes change order number 2 and contract closeout with SpectraServe for the Nageco Lagoon Dredge and Windward Beach Renourishment Project. This change order reflects a amended contract decrease in the amount of $11,866.75. That is a result of final as-built quantities. So the total cost for this project came in at $316,254.25. And we wish to amend it to that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Resolution 48.
Authorize closeout change order number 1, improvements to Laurelhurst Phase 1 and 2.
Thank you. Council Vice President Crate.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes change order number 1 and contract closeout with MECO Inc. for the improvements to Laurelhurst Phase 1 and Phase 3 project. This change order reflects a contract decrease in the amount of $89,024.96 as a result of final as-built quantities.
Thank you. Resolution 49.
Authorize Schedule C agreement with Ocean County 2023.
Councilman Ambrosino.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes a Schedule C agreement with the County of Ocean as renewed annually to provide assistance to BRIC, if needed, for the repair and maintenance of streets and property, in addition to providing certain materials and supplies. The not-to-exceed amount of this agreement is $350,000, $300,000 of which is for roads, $25,000 for engineering, and $25,000 for vehicle services.
Thank you. Resolution 410.
Authorize shared services agreement with county fiscal year 23 child restraint program grant.
Councilman Ambrosino.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the execution of a shared services agreement with the County of Ocean for the fiscal year 23 Child Restraint Program grant. In this grant, the Township will be reimbursed up to $70 per hour for any overtime expenses incurred by the certified child passenger safety technicians in Bricktown's EMS department.
Thank you. Resolution 411.
Authorize contract for disability coverage Guardian Life Insurance Company.
This resolution authorizes an award of contract to Guardian Life Insurance to provide temporary disability coverage for the Township. The term of the contract is 1 year. IMAC Insurance Agency, the broker of record for the Township of Brick, has solicited proposals and recommended in the award to Guardian. Life Insurance Companies of America Guardian currently provides temporary disability coverage. In the renewal, we will be experiencing a decrease in the employer's rate of 0.19%. Resolution 412.
Authorize contract for COBRA coverage OCA.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes an award of contract to OCA to provide COBRA coverage to township employees and retirees at a rate of 60 cents per participant per month. Fairview Insurance Agency, the broker of record for the Township of Brick, has solicited proposals and recommends award to OCA. The Township is currently under contract with OCA for COBRA and retiree billing. They offer a full-scale, secure, web-based platform. OCA also delivers 24/7 access to our employees' notices and reports. There will be no change to the rates.
Thank you. Resolution 413.
Authorize contract stop-loss insurance Sun Life Assurance.
Council Vice President Crate.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes an award of contract to Sun Life Assurance to provide stop-loss insurance for township employees and retirees at a schedule of rate based on medical coverage. The term of the contract is 1 year. Fairview Insurance Agency, the broker of record for the Township of Brick, for employees and retirees stop-loss insurance coverage, has solicited proposals and recommends the award to Sun Life. Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution 414.
Authorize contract dental program International Healthcare Services.
Councilman Albanese.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes an award of contract international healthcare services to provide a dental program to the township employees and retirees at the following rates. Single, $28.78, two-party, $57.56, and family, $96.99. Township's insurance broker of record, Accusure, has solicited proposals and recommends award to international healthcare services.
Thank you. Resolution 415.
Authorized contract health benefits Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Thank you. Councilman Albanese, Councilman Ambrosino, sorry.
It's all
This
right.
resolution authorizes an award contract with Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield to provide third-party administrative services to the Township of Brick employees and retirees for health insurance coverage at the rate of $63.55 per month, plus claims costs. The term of this contract is 1 year. Fairview Insurance Agency, the broker of record for the Township of Brick for employees and retirees' health benefits insurance coverage, has solicited proposals and recommends the award to Horizon.
Thank you, sir. Resolution 416, please.
Authorize appointment of Public Agency Compliance Officer, PACO.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
This resolution authorizes the appointment of the Township's Business Administrator to serve as the Township's Public Agency Compliance Officer as required by the State of New Jersey.
Resolution 417.
Authorize motor vehicle selling licenses 2023.
Council Vice President Crete.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the renewal of 10 motor vehicle selling licenses for 2023. Land Use, Code Enforcement, and the Fire Bureau have inspected the licenses and found them in compliance. Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution 418.
Authorize motor vehicle selling licenses with restrictions 2023 MC Auto Sales.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the renewal of a motor vehicle selling license with restrictions to MC Auto Sales, Manalocan Road. The restrictions state that the applicant is limited to no more than 3 cars on display at any one time, and that no vehicle can be parked or be displayed in an existing fire lane or loading area. Resolution 419.
Authorize motor vehicle selling license with restrictions 2023 Joe's Towing and Auto Truck Repair.
Councilman Albanese.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the renewal of motor vehicle selling license with restrictions to Joe's Towing and Auto, Manalocan Road. The restrictions state the applicant is limited to no more than 3 cars on display at any one time, and that no vehicles can park or be displayed in an existing fire lane or loading area.
Thank you. Resolution 420.
Authorize towing licenses 2023.
Councilman Ambrosino.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the renewal of police towing licenses for 2023 to 11 towers. Land Use, Code Enforcement, and the Fire Bureau have inspected the licenses and found them in compliance, as has the Police Department.
Thank you. 421.
421A is an inspection fund release for Karen Nungesser for Block 485, lots 1 and 5, 29 and 30, in the amount of $56.84.
Thank you. 422, please.
Tax collector.
That's me, thank you. 22A, 100% DAV widow of veteran and cancel and refund taxes for Block 1033.05, Lot 2. 22B is 100% DAV widow of veteran, cancel and refund taxes for Block 378.23, Lot 23. 22C are tax overpayments for the year 2022 at Block 755, Lot 37. And 22D is the annual interest adjustment for 2023. This resolution establishes the interest rates for delinquent taxes and tax sale redemptions in accordance with state statute.
Thank you. This ends our consent agenda. Can I get a motion in a second?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Open to public for questions on the resolutions only. Yes, Ms. Cole.
Nan Call, 18 Greenbrier Boulevard. Frankly, as usual, I find the information given at this time very deficient in what you tell us. And I have several questions. I'll start with improvements to Laurelhurst. Where is Laurelhurst?
What number are you referring to?
4.8.
Laurelhurst is off of Princeton Avenue. It's a section that contains a lot of different roads, one being Laurelhurst, one being Laurelwood.
So it's not a development that was named Laurelhurst. It is like saying Burrsville, meaning a region.
Yes,
Right.
the engineers clump the main road together, and that is the section, Laurelhurst section, Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3. That is what they've always been doing.
Is it or isn't it part of a development at the beginning? Was it known as Laurelhurst Development?
It
or-
could have been a Laurelhurst development, but it could be the same as Osborneville or Herbertsville. It's just a section that the engineers put together so that they could name the project.
Well, we're entitled to full information, and as I said, these are totally deficient in providing us with really anything. I just want to mention that on 4, 9, 10, 9 and 10, apparently the township knows how to form an agreement with the county when it suits the powers that be. But when it doesn't, you don't seem to feel that you have any business forming an agreement, but you are compelled to. The 411 authorized contract for disability coverage. What would you define as a disability coverage? And is that when there's an accident? Is that when somebody is out more than 3 days sick? What is a disability?
Mrs. Bergen?
A disability is defined when an employee files for disability based on either an injury or an illness.
So it's not, an injury or an illness. I know when I worked many years ago, a half a century ago, after 3 days absence, they transferred it, and they were self-insured, as I believe the township is, and they transferred it to a disability claim. So is that what you're talking about, that if they're out more than 3 days sick?
No.
No. What is it? You said illness or?
Disability claims are not defined by the council or the mayor of the township. They're defined by state law.
Well, you should know what the definition of the state law is. You are the governing body, and every one of you should be aware of how to explain it.
When an employee files with the state for a disability, that's when it becomes a disability claim.
And the state makes the determination of whether or not they are disabled.
Okay, I still don't think it's sufficient to tell us, but be that as it may, I'm not likely to get anything else. You have an acronym apparently here, OCA. You should at least have the full meaning of what OCA is, and either put the OCA in parentheses or the meaning of OCA in parentheses.
That's actually their name, OCA. It's not an acronym.
What is OCA? Is it a company?
Yes, it is.
There must be more to the name than just OCA.
No, there is not.
Nothing more than OCA.
There's also an address for the company that's in the
Good.
resolution.
Would you give it to me?
3705 Quaker Ridge Road, Suite 216, Mercerville, New Jersey, 08619.
Okay. I have a disability, and it is my dominant arm, writing arm, so it's 3705 is all I managed to get.
Oh, it's in the resolution, but it's 3705.
The resolution isn't here. If it's not here, you owe us the explanation. No, tell me what it is. Tell everybody that's even watching after the fact.
3705 Quaker Bridge Road, Suite 216, Mercerville, New Jersey,
think you
sir.
should finish.
08619.
It shouldn't have been on a timer. 07, what was the zip?
08619.
Oh, 08619. That one is the OCA. It's interesting that there is a dental program, and how many of us are on Medicare that doesn't provide us with a dental program, and yet we pick up. In fact, on all of these that pertain to insurance in any way, shape, or form, many of us have long had to contribute to part of our health benefits, dental benefits, back in the 80s by Corporation of New York Telephone, which today is known as Verizon after several changes, enrolled that we would pay part of it. Does the employee pay a portion of these benefits?
Yes, they do. Would you like me to answer?
Yes, Ms. Bergen, go ahead.
Yes, they do.
Would you please provide me, you can send it via any email to me, how much of percentage, whether it's a percentage, a dollar figure, what do the employees provide toward it, and what is the full cost of the benefits? PACO, Public Agency Compliance Officer, and that, it sounds like, is you, Mrs. Bergen, who is appointed to that. Is that correct? Through the chair.
Go ahead, Ms. Bergen.
Yes, that's correct.
The vehicle selling license with restrictions, I believe you said they would, certain number. First one does say MC and Joe's. I guess the one I'm looking for is the 11 Colts. Who are the 11 Colts?
Would you like me
To
to
the
give
chair.
Ms. Cole
Yes,
my
I'm sorry, I was
copy of
trying to
my
find
re-
which number she was at, but yes.
Do you want me just to give her this copy?
Please
of the
send it in an
resolution, or-
email to me. You have my email address.
Okay.
And I'm going to continue every single time. Lock and lot mean nothing to me, and I know how difficult it can be, and having just turned in a 2015 MacBook for a it was really 2021 assembled in China, which to me means made in China by Apple, and works entirely different from how my MacBook 2015 worked. The lock and lot was difficult for me to get when I had the old MacBook and knew how to navigate around this. This is impossible for the average citizen or resident in Brick to look up. They need more skills than most of them have, and I want you to put in the future the address in place of or in addition to block and lot. It's not right. It's a way of keeping us from knowing the truth.
Lot and block is accurate, and we've met our obligation and gave you the lot and block.
Okay.
That's our obligation.
Okay, I'm going to put in a formal request tomorrow on an Oprah that I want every one of you before the next meeting or immediately after the reorganization meeting to provide me and all the citizens and residents of the township with your job responsibilities for whatever office you are holding, whether elected or appointed. This is ridiculous to say you've met it. If you don't understand it, the Open Meetings Act and Open Records Act says you haven't met your obligation.
Thank you, Ms. Cole.
Go to
Thank
the
you. Your
creative
time,
of
your
that.
time, your time is up.
Oh, no,
We've
I'm
been
sorry, this
no.
is not.
Listen, Ms. Cole, I was lenient. I gave you an extra
I
5 minutes. Now your time is up. There's other people here that raised their hand and want to comment.
It doesn't
You're-
matter.
Yes, it does. I'm
This
sorry.
is not
Ms.
what
Cole.
the 5-minute rule is for. This is denying and suppressing the information to the public.
Thank you. Anybody else from public, please? Mr. Finelli.
Finelli, look, no notes. Only 2 comments. One of the agenda items had a grant for $310,000, which my question was answered what it went for, which I hope the public knows that. But it got me thinking that we get a lot of grants. Usually they're not that big, but I know we get a lot of grants. So maybe it's time to thank the people who write those and get them. Is it one person or a bunch of people?
It's several people.
Okay.
It
if
takes a
somebody
village.
If somebody worries about tax dollars, I say thank you to them, and I know it adds up over the year. The other thing is it my imagination, or are we like doing one Eagle Scout a month these days?
Seems like it.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. And I want to recognize that. And maybe in your comments in the future, you could also recognize the people that work with all those kids, put in all the hours to do all of those things. Right? That's it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, and
Thank you.
have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
You too, thank you. Anybody else from public? Seeing none, close public. Bless you, that's okay. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Ambrosino.
Yes.
Vice President Crate.
Yes.
President Menachino.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. This brings us to our computer bill resolution.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Computer bill resolution in the amount of $3,759,583.86.
Thank you. Can I get a motion in a second?
Motion?
Second.
Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Open to public for questions on the computer bill resolution only. Seeing none, close public. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Ambrosino.
Yes.
Vice President Crate.
Yes.
President Menachino.
Abstain Teamsters and yes to the rest.
Thank you.
This brings us to our manual bill resolution.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Manual bill resolution in the amount of $4,448,743.97.
Thank you. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
And a second? Sorry.
Second?
Thank you. Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Open to public for questions on the manual bill resolutions only. Seeing none, close public. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Ambrosino.
Yes.
Vice President Crate.
Yes.
President Menachino.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And this brings us to Resolution 5-1, ordinance on a first reading.
An ordinance of the Township of Brick, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, creating a new Chapter 166 in the Township Code of the Township of Brick to be entitled Electric Vehicle Charging Stations.
Thank you. Councilwoman DeYoung.
Thank you. This ordinance is being introduced after review and recommendation from the Township's Electric Vehicle Committee. The Township intends to install electric vehicle charging stations located on Township-owned property for the use by owners of public and private electric vehicles. This ordinance establishes the ability to do so.
Thank you. Can I get a motion in a second?
Motion.
Second?
Thank you. Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Ambrosino.
Yes.
Vice President Crate.
Yes.
President Menachino.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. This brings us to public comments.
Please note that each person addressing the council during any section of the meeting during which public comment is permitted shall limit his or her remarks to 5 minutes pursuant to Brick Township Administrative Code, Section 2-33B.
Thank you. Anyone from public, please? Yes, Mr. Sluka.
Good evening. I'm going to read my letter. Dated December 9th. Dear Mayor Ducey, Council President Vincent Menachino, and all Brick councilmen and councilwomen, and basically all citizens of the area. The New Jersey Turnpike Authority Commissioners are killing our citizens, which includes our children and our seniors. Studies in the United States and abroad show us all that the pollution from auto emission causes high levels of ambient air pollution, which causes increased hospitalizations, more emergency room visits, increased mortality, and increased morbidity. The pollution increases chronic diseases and respiratory tract infections such as pneumonia, COPD, bronchitis, asthma, and emphysema, and a result of these New Jersey Turnpike Authority commissioners' assault on the people of the shore area. A series of 14 to 20-foot walls, increased trees and thick brush, and other precautionary steps should be taken. The commissioners basically are killing us all, along with your parents, your children, and your neighbors. Studies suggest that intense exposure is dangerous to the health of our seniors and our children. In fact, basically all our residents and all our workers as well. So you should not be able to just sit around on your hands and do nothing. We must fight back. We must take legal action. We must speak out against the onslaught of these New Jersey Turnpike Authority commissioners. The National Institute of Health, National Library of Medicine, states that residential proximity to a major roadway is associated with asthma in children, and in the conclusion, they say that the distance from a major highway has not only psychological and inflammatory features of asthma, that we all really cannot ignore that. The closer residents live to a major roadway, the greater increase of respiratory symptoms, altered pulmonary functions, and increased magnitude of airway and systematic inflammation occurs. Newsweek Health shows that air pollution is responsible for over 4 million premature deaths worldwide each year. 330,000 of those are cancer related, especially around the lungs and oral area. The threat is clearly visible, not only in Evergreen Woods, but in Greenbrier, Brick High, Birchwood sections, Cherrywood Estates, Primrose Gardens, here at Town Hall, and in fact other areas of Brick as well. With that in mind, we need pollution, noise, and safety walls. Action needs to be taken. All representatives of people need to stand up, speak out, and support the citizens. The health of lives within Brick Township community is at stake. Thanks for your time. I didn't say it. John Sluka, 950 Sylvia Court, and I yield back 1 minute and 50 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Cole.
For my
Bless-
5 minutes,
bless you.
I will concentrate on that you are not at all responsive to the needs and wants of the citizens and residents of Brick Township. You never have been. Not this council has never been. We've had councils in the past that did. There was also a time where they didn't limit it to 5 minutes. And that's really totally inappropriate at times when we've had a 35-minute meeting to cover 25 different topics. This is absolutely insane. There is no proper caucus portion of a meeting. You should not be talking to one another and deciding on how you're going to vote on everything, and it's inconceivable that 7 people on every single item, every single meeting, will concur in how you vote, that not one person has any objection to what's in it. For instance now, the electric cars. What business do you have subjecting us to paying costs to put in those charges? Who's proven that they are going to be worthwhile vehicles? Who has proven they're worth the money, and that when there is a flood, or if we have the big snowstorm that they're expecting in a few days, that those won't burn, and you don't do anything to investigate? As a citizen, my Bill of Rights, the First Amendment, grants me the ability to speak. It doesn't allow me to say fire in a crowded theater, as my dad told me many years ago. He was one of my first teachers of civics. But it does allow me to criticize what you do, what you say, how you conduct yourself at meetings. So I want to tell you that there is only one person I will excuse from this, and even the two absent members I wouldn't excuse. And that happens to be Perry, because Perry, as the single Republican, is totally in a no-win situation. If he speaks up and says he disagrees with anything, you'll just override him and shoot him down. So I would suggest that as this is the bottom level of government, and which should be of the people, by the people, for the people, meaning you should be listening to us and seeking input from us. As soon as the reorganization is over, and I'm going to post this on various media, I think we need to remove the title R and D. The democrats and the plutocrats of this township, as well as the state and most of the 50 states, have gotten out of hand. They've seized power they never had the right to seize, and I suggest that you be the first to do that as soon as your reorganization is over. It's disgusting.
Thank you. Anybody else from public? Seeing none, close public. Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
State your name, please, and address.
Onofrio Ambrosino, 280 Red Cedar Drive.
Thank you.
I just wanted to take a moment and thank each and every one of you, Democrats and Republicans alike, for the good job you've done. I'm living here, our family is living here for almost 42 years, and I found it to be a wonderful place to raise a family. In no small part, it's due to the people that lead it, both Republican administrations and Democratic administrations over the years. I think you guys are doing a good job. I know that you're always taking what's best in the best interest of the brick citizenship at heart before you make your decisions. I'm glad to see that we've not been infected with some of the partisan party politics. I think it's a credit to each of you that you keep what's important in mind first and party second. Thank you. The other thing I would like to say is I'm especially thankful for your move on the electrical vehicle stations. I feel that that is the way of the future, and that's just another thing that keeps us moving ahead rather than stuck in the old. Thank you very much. Have a great holiday, and hope to see you all soon. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else from public, please? Seeing none, close public. Mrs. Berger.
I have nothing, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. With regards to the electric vehicle charging stations, the charging stations that's all grant money we received to make those installations at the two sites that were chosen. The ordinance today, and we did that, a number of council meetings ago, approved the grants and everything. This current ordinance is just to basically give permission, because we're putting them on township land. Like mayors and administration can't just put it on land. The council has to approve putting things like that on public land. So that's all the this ordinance is about. Just install, the fact that we're allowed to install them on there. It's not about buying them or anything like that. That was all taken care of by way of grant a few months ago. December 16th, we have our senior winter holiday. We're at Senior Services at our VFW on Adamston Road. That's from 10 o'clock to 12. You do need to pre-register for that. This Saturday, December 17th at 9 a.m., we have Wreaths Across America happening at the Gravely Graveyard off of Princeton Avenue. If you get there a little bit before 9, it's probably recommended. It's not all that long. It's probably about 20 minutes total. We have our Historical Society, Historical Preservation Commission out there. Gene Donatello is a member of that. Everybody knows he's the township historian. And you get to learn a little bit of history about Brick Township and who is laid to rest here in Brick Township up in that graveyard that a lot of people don't even know it exists. And if you can check that out, it's at 9 a.m. And then at 12 noon over at the American Legion There is a ceremony for the same thing, and then they're going off to Toms River to a church. You follow them in the traffic to get to Toms River to lay the wreaths there. And then there's also at noon at the Baptist Church here in Brick another wreath laying ceremony. So that's all on December 17th. That's Wreaths Across America Day. So it's going on all across America. We have two sites where the wreaths are being laid here in Brick, an additional site where we're doing a celebration before we go lay the wreaths in Toms River. December 19th is our menorah lighting. It's the first day of Hanukkah. It's 5:30 right here in the courtroom, council chambers. And then we go outside and light the menorah. But right here, the presentation that Rabbi Reuben from Temple Beth Or does is excellent. You'll definitely learn something unless you're of the Jewish faith, and then you might learn something. Everybody who's not will probably definitely learn something about the oil, the flames, the menorah, the fires that happened over the years and things like that. It's always entertaining as well. He plays with dreidels from all over the world and all different time periods. And then after that, on that same night, December 19th, the awesome thing for our police chief, James Riccio, and Sergeant James Kelly. They're both receiving an award on behalf of the entire police department. They're just the ones going to pick it up. But because we do this pretty cool program here that a lot of people might not know about, it's Cops and Clergy Group. So our representatives from each clergy, whether it's the pastor or the rabbi, the reverend, whatever the case, whatever title they have for whatever faith it is, they all get together monthly basis, and our Sergeant Kelly here advises everybody there what's going on in town, and the different congregations raise their whatever concerns they may have, and then they take all the information back to their congregants. So it's another way for information to be distributed here in town. And they're receiving an award because that program is so great. So congratulations to the chief, to Sergeant Kelly, but to the whole entire police department for being able to receive that award from the community of caring. So we finally had the grand openings for a couple things that people have been waiting for. Mr. Cupcake is open. That is in the same plaza as Party Fair and Bubba on Brick Boulevard, back in the right-hand corner. So get all your cupcakes you need for all your holiday parties. Aldi's finally opened. People were waiting for that for some time, not necessarily for the Aldi's, but just for something to open on that site since 2006. So 16 years, and we have something. And in 2023, we'll have a lot more there, including our the Sports Dome. And in 2024, we'll have the basketball building. So more action to happen at that site. Royal Farms was supposed to have a grand opening December 14th of 2021. 2020, yeah, December 14th of 2021 was the original date. Then they set, the radio stations and other people have set a couple dates in between. And then Royal Farms, the second announced date they had was December 8th of 2022, and at 12 midnight, so basically the night of December 7th at 12 midnight, which was, obviously the first minute of December 8th, they were open. Giant chickens outside and chicken on the inside and Krispy Kreme donuts or some type of donuts. We're not sure if they're Krispy Kremes or not, but some type of donuts are there. And but they're open. You can go. Get gas, get your chicken, get a donut, whatever it may be, whatever else you need from the convenience store. And now the next two, I guess, so my Facebook Lives are usually about a half hour. Sometimes they go a little bit longer. They'll be cut down to about 3 minutes because nobody can ask about Royal Farms anymore. But so the new ones on the list now are going to be Slime University, which is going in Brick Plaza, and Crumble Cookie, which is also going there. So anybody with the need a sugar rush, we can go to Mr. Cupcake now and then head over to Crumble Cookie soon, once that gets the ribbon cutting, which is going to be happening in the early part of 2023. So everybody have a happy Hanukkah. I guess that comes first. Merry Christmas, and then Happy New Year. And hopefully everybody enjoys whatever other holiday you may celebrate. And thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Starkey.
I have nothing, thank you.
Madam Clerk.
Nothing, thank you.
Madam Secretary.
Just happy holidays, everyone.
Thank you. Councilman Albanese.
Yes. Last Friday there was a situation in Brick, Arrowhead Drive, 111. There was a hoarding situation of animals. 180 animals were taken out, and 135 dogs, 45 cats. And due to the generosity of the people of Brick Township and the county, we're overwhelmed with donations. So as of now, we cannot accept donations at the shelters just because there's just no room. But we do appreciate everybody's interest, and just if you want to give a call every few days to see what the shelters need, and we'll go from there. Like I said, the generosity of the people in the county and Brick is just overwhelmed. But there's just so many donations. They don't have the room right now, so maybe just call every few days if you're interested in donating, and we appreciate it greatly, whatever you can do for the animals. And have a Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, I don't mean to put you on the spot. Do you know the number?
It's the, not offhand, it's the,
Yeah, I didn't mean to.
Look what you did.
I didn't mean to. Sorry. I figured if you knew the number.
the phone number now.
Yeah. All right.
The Ocean County Animal Shelter. You got the Jackson Shelter, the Manahawkin Shelter, and Barnegat. You can look it up.
All right. And
The animals that were rescued, they are not available just yet. They have to be spayed, neutered, vetted, all the shots, required shots, and they're going through that right now. So possibly in the next couple weeks, we have a meeting tomorrow. I'm going to learn more, but soon. And these animals, they're not your standard shelter animals. They're not, they're a lot of smaller dogs, and they just need a loving home. So just, go on the website, ochd.org, and click on animal shelters. And, as we progress with this, we will have, I guess, more pictures and stuff of the animals. And, again, it's overwhelming right now, so that's all I got.
thank you. Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes, I just would like to wish everybody a happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, good Kwanzaa, happy Festivus, whatever you believe, happy holidays. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Ambrosino.
Thank you, Council President. I'd like to underscore that there were several items that we talked about tonight that we voted on that set up the foundation for my vision here for the town, certainly. Leveraging things like shared services, grants, that I know some audience members commended us for. These are the ways that a functioning town council keeps down costs, and that is at the center of what I know all 7 of us believe in. Beyond that, I would like to wish a Merry Christmas to everyone, Happy Holidays to everyone, and hopefully have a safe, relaxing, joyful time with your families. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Council Vice President Craig.
Hi. I just Googled the number really quick, so I figured I had time before
Thank
it rolled back around. So the number for at least the Jackson one is 732-657-8086 if you want to give a call every couple of days. Thanks for that info. Yeah. And then just for the record, I appreciate what you said, and I like working with Councilman Albanese. I think we've had a great relationship. I'm happy to have him on board. I feel like we've done good things over the last couple of years. So
Absolutely.
that's all I have to say about that. And then with regard to the holidays, happy holidays to everyone. Happy New Year. May 2023 hold the best for everyone. Thank you. Oh, actually, we have another meeting before New Year's, though, so just forget that. I'll say it again in a couple weeks.
Thank you. Yes, happy holidays. Thanks, congratulations again to the Eagle Scouts and the Cub Scouts for doing the national anthem. The last thing I have to say is happy birthday to Councilman Ambrosino. It's his birthday. He's 32 today.
29.
Sorry. That's all. And next meeting is December 27th, sorry. 7 o'clock here. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.